I was very sad to hear about this auction of the property in Rangoon. I know that this has been an ongoing dispute between my mother and her brother for many years now. But the fact that she's unable to have a say in what's happening to that property at the moment because she's locked up in prison. She's not even allowed to see her lawyers at the moment to talk about what's happening with the property. And the fact that she's contested this in the past means that she would not want this to be going ahead. That's quite clear, but the military are doing this when she's not able to do anything about it. Well, Mema was the one who was there looking after Pwapwa when she was dying, and obviously she stayed there because of the political situation and was locked up in that house for many years. So I think she has more of a claim than anybody else on that property. And the fact that my uncle is not a Burmese citizen and resides in America most of the time means he isn't entitled to any property or the proceeds from any property in Burma. Well, I know that my mother was wanting to use that house for the charity that she has set up in her mother's name, and I hope that in the future, when there's peace in Burma, that's what can happen with that property. I remember going back to Rangoon many times over the years, especially when my grandmother was dying, and then again when my mother was put under house arrest, I was there with her. So I have many fond memories of that property, and I hope that it can stay in the family for some time, or at least until my mother has some say in what happens to it. I know that at the moment she's in prison and she doesn't have any say in what's happening outside of prison, and the military have stripped her of all her assets, including everything that she had built up for the country through her various charitable works. And I am afraid that that's what they're trying to do in this case, just trying to make sure she has nothing left if she ever does come out of prison. Whereas my uncle already has property elsewhere in Burma, so I hear. He has a hotel somewhere, and he has property in America. I don't see at his age what he needs this property for, or what he will be doing with it. I think if the property does get sold, then it's likely that it would probably be destroyed and that land would be built upon, which would be desperately sad because that building should remain. But I don't see anybody who buys that property actually keeping the buildings that are there on it. I hope that nobody does buy it. The valuation that has been put on 54 University Avenue is quite ridiculous. If anybody thinks that it can fetch that kind of price and it's actually worth that, well, good luck to them.